All right, what's up guys? Today we're gonna be talking about, one second. Air suspension. Dakota is my name. Dad jokes are my game. I apologize for that. But before we hop into this video, let me tell you about this month's giveaway. We partnered up with Clutch and we're gonna be giving away a free set of clutch wheels of your choice. Make sure to go to fitmentindustries.com and check it out. The shirt is dope. Check it out, it's pink, got 370Z on the back. Check it out at fitmentindustries.com. On this episode of the build sheet, let's hop into some air suspension tips. All right, so the first tip I have for you guys is you are going to want to route your airlines the best you possibly can. The key thing with routing your airlines is to keep them clear of any other components of the car as much as possible. If your airlines are coming in contact with moving parts, it is only a matter of time before a hole gets worn into the airline. The last thing you want is to be aired out in the middle of nowhere because you decided to take a picture and you lose all pressure because your line fully ruptured. Have fun getting your car out of that situation, bud. The next thing I would highly suggest would be to pick up a good mount for your controller. Now I know, this isn't a mind-blowing solution to really anything, but you would be surprised as to how that little modification makes so much of a difference in your interior. If you're like me and you've been rolling around with your 3P controller in the cup holder, which I can't stress how annoying that is when you go to McDonald's with your girlfriend and you each have a large soda, and you're fighting where to put your air controller and you just tell her to hang on to it, but then she gets pissed at you. Now you're fighting in the McDonald's drive-thru, you get home, they messed up your whole order and your air controller's still sitting in the cup holder. See, it seems minor, but you're gonna wanna pick up the air ride controller mount. It helps. Look at that, you could have avoided that whole argument. Recently I picked up a Pro Clip mount and I absolutely love it. This little mount, they make it for your car specifically. It was super easy to install and it keeps everything out of the way. So I would definitely recommend them and to check them out. If picking up something like the Pro Clip isn't your thing, I would still suggest finding a location for your controller, whether it may be integrated to your dashboard or maybe a resto modded into another portion of your car. I know on the Focus STs, a guy makes a custom 3D printed little unit that can go up in your headliner. Really cool, keeps it out of the way. But yeah, you're definitely gonna wanna check out something like that so you're not just having it sitting around. The third tip I have for you would be make sure to include water traps in your air system. Now you're probably looking at me like, why the hell would I need to worry about water in my air system? It's located in my trunk. It should be dry as a chicken bone. The air compressor in your system pulls in the air from the atmosphere, and if the dew point of that air is high enough, or if you live in a really humid area like Wisconsin, your system will start to accumulate water particles. Water in your air suspension system can cause some issues, from causing valves to fail, lines to freeze and crack, and a few other bad things that you really just don't want to have. I actually ran into the issue of having a pressure sensor fault because my dumb ass forgot to empty the water trap. I already had it, I just didn't empty it because I was messing with my controller in the cup holder. So I had some water in my lines. It's an easy fix, but it's annoying nonetheless. The addition of a water trap can ensure that moisture doesn't build up anywhere in the system that will cause any issues. Just make sure you actually empty the thing every now and then. Kind of going along the same lines as the water trap, check valves are another important piece that can really benefit your air suspension system, as they can be easily added into your setup. A check valve ensures that air is not going to backfeed out of your system. These little guys are a pretty simple part that looks like a regular fitting, but inside they usually contain something like a ball or some other stopper on the end that allows air to come in but not back out of the same direction. Check valves are relatively inexpensive, ranging anywhere from around 12 bucks for a cheap one and up to around $35 for ones that are straight from Airlift. The purpose or benefits from adding check valves to your air suspension systems are to keep the constant air pressure in your bags and not allowing any air to seep its way back into the rest of the system. If you're running air currently and always notice a pressure drop in a bag or two, or even in the tank, and you have checked for leaks everywhere and have found nothing, it's possible that a check valve is going to solve your problem. All right, so the last tip I have for you guys today is if you are looking at making the switch to air suspension, or maybe looking at upgrading your current air system, make sure you do your research on what exactly you are getting. Most air systems out there run on a pressure-based system, where the only readout you have is a number on your controller to tell you how much pressure is in each bag. So unless you have a magic conversion of PSI to height, you're really not going to know what your ride height actually is. Now, this really isn't a huge problem by any means. People have been running pressure-based systems for years with really no problem, including myself. It's not the end of the world to get out of your car and play with the PSI in each bag and kind of figure out what pressure correlates with your ride height. However, with the introduction of height-based systems in recent years, pressure-based systems now seem to fall a little bit short. Systems like Airlift 3H and Accuair E-Level come with height sensors that get attached to each corner of the car and are then connected by a connecting rod to the suspension itself. Not only does this give you an accurate reading of what your ride height is, but it also works with the air management to make adjustments when needed. Let's say you are going somewhere for the weekend and you have the trunk packed with stuff, or you have a couple of extra people in the car. I took out my back seat so I don't need to have extra people in the car. Pro tip. A height system will automatically adjust for the change in weight distribution and keep the car level. Now, of course, you're going to be paying a little more for a height-based system due to the extra sensors that are included. But if that's something that's worth it to you, then by all means, go for it. Now, if you're sitting there like, bud, I just bought the 3P system because it was cheaper, but now I actually kind of want the benefits of the 3H. Don't worry, an upgrade from 3P to the 3H system is possible, and Airlift offers the exact kit that you need to do it. All the same goes for Accuair's E-Level kits as well. So that's it. 5 tips for air suspension. Is there anything we missed? Do you have some tips of your own? Please drop them down below in the comments. And don't forget wheels, tires, and like we talked about today, suspension. FitmentIndustries.com. We got 3P, we got 3H, we got Accuair, we got it all. Go on the site, check it out, and while you're there, don't forget, we're doing the giveaway this month, all right? Like we do every month. Clutch, it's super dope. I'm gonna show it to you again. I like it that much. 370Z on the back, it's dope, check it out. You can donate to a good cause. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll talk to you later.